So with that, just a quick little comments about Bioforum since we're hosting this webinar. So Bioforum, we're a biometric CRO. That means anything that touches the data we do. So data management, biostatistics, medical writing, statistical programming, of course, and then we have our PMO, our project management office that kind of wraps everything together there. We're a global company, so as you can see, the dots spread around across the world. With a number of years of experience, and very proud of the number of submission packages that we have pushed through for a number of our customers. So a good amount of experience, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. A little bit around our experience in this field, and we have an esteemed guest speaker today who will introduce himself in a second. That can really, how you will be planning, the discussions going forward. So who am I and why do you listen to me today? I am very happy to say that I will not be taking an active role today. I'm just moderating the discussion, but I'm the Chief Data Strategist and Solutions Officer for Bioforum. I've been around the block a few times, which is why this topic is so interesting to me as well. And so many times, you look back at your career and you say to yourself, oh, I've only done that, or I'd only thought about this. And we really want to share those lessons with you today. So passionate about the topic. So here, stars of the show. So up first, Joel, would you like to give a short introduction there of yourself to the audience today?
Yes, of course. So my name is Joel White, independent consultant in the industry, focused entirely on the wonderful service and technology providers, the hundreds and thousands of them across this industry. So I focus on pricing and finance. That's the focus of my consulting work, and that's pretty much entirely what I did alongside with contracts during my time in-house. And I was in-house 15 years at large and small to mid-size CROs. So wonderful to be with you.
Thank you so much, Joel. Absolutely happy to have you here. I can personally attest to the absolute wealth of knowledge inside Joel's brain. We appreciate everything that he has shared with us as a company as well. And I'm sure all of you will also really, I want to say, love the little nits and very important bits of information that Joel shares. So have your notepad close by. And with that, Audrey, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Thanks, Tanya. Yes, I'm Audrey Erasmus. I head up project delivery at Bioforum. I've also been in the industry for going on 15 years now. I think I stopped counting at some point. Primarily started in data management, but now have the oversight within the PMO at Bioforum, leading delivery of our programs. And I'm really excited to be talking about this topic today. The project manager in me is very excited. So I really hope that the session, that we'll be able to give some practical tips and insights for everyone on the call today that they can actually take back and find useful.
Excellent. Thank you, Audrey. Definitely excited to hear. And this is something that you deal with on a daily basis. So it's very interesting to hear from your perspective, considering it is literally hot on the coals with you. So we had a very short introduction in the beginning, but we do have a few more folks that have joined. Obviously, you know what you have joined and signed up for here, but just to kind of bring the strings together, we're going to be talking a little bit about that proposal to delivery, right? So kind of, what are in the proposals in the beginning? What are these assumptions that we work with from the very beginning? What are the risks around these? Because I've yet to see a study. I always joke and say we look at budgets and we see that first patient end date and offer. I wonder how many times is that first patient end date realistically happened on that date. I'm talking about proposal development, like right in the beginning with your first draft of your planned protocol. So things happen along the way. It doesn't always work out as planned, but it would be really nice if we could start talking a little bit about what could be clarified in the beginning that could prevent a lot of I want to say disconnect throughout the process. How do we manage those scope changes, because they invariably will come, without disrupting the actual delivery of the trials? And then, of course, it's really about a partnership, right? So we're talking about two companies working together to achieve the same goal. And as long as there is a good understanding of what needs to happen, the relationship goes well. We feel like the wheels fall off when there's, a bit of assumption from one side and not from the other, or we're missing communication. So today is going to help you, understand what we should be looking at, make sure that this remains a healthy relationship, as we go. But before we get started, we're going to have a quick poll here. So the poll should be active on your side. Take a look there. We'd like to hear from your experience. What is the most common cause of study scope misalignment? So take a look and think a little bit about what that would be. Is this something that you see on a daily basis, something that is popping up? What do you think? So look at the top of your page. There's a poll. You can add your answer, then you can just click submit. Hope everyone
know what I picked, Tanya.